Welcome to 7th grade at Pine Middle School. My name is Mr. Irigoyen. I'm going to be your social studies teacher for the next 2 years. I want to take a little bit of time and explain the process and expectations that will be upon you this year at Pine Middle School. We are genuinely excited to meet you. For the next 2 years, we're going to be a great team. So try to be positive about this experience. Ask for help when it is needed, but also be there for others. We're going to have a number of students that are unfamiliar with the Pine community, so let's try to help each other out. Besides school, counseling in the counseling office will only be by appointment. That is to limit the spread of COVID-19, so please bear in mind that there have been some additional restrictions on when and where we can send you. Food that is available for hybrid students. At the end of the day, when hybrid students are at Pine, they're going to swing by the kitchen area and pick up food for the following day. If there are any special issues, please talk to me, talk to anyone on your team, or talk to an administrator. We're here to help, and we don't just say that, we really do mean it. Hybrid students. Attendance is something that you do have to think about. Come in every other day. So that means while Group A students are in school on Monday, Group B students are not at school. They're at home working on Microsoft Teams, completing the activities that teachers have left for them. Then when Tuesday comes around, the Group A students stay at home and they do the online activity while Group B students are actually in school. Now, attendance doesn't change, however. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, attendance will be taken. I'm going to mark attendance from 7:30 a.m. through 2 p.m. based on the work you've done for me in Teams if you're not at school that day. So let's go over Monday and Tuesday of this week. Group A students on Monday are in school. Group B students are on Microsoft Teams completing their assignments. That's how I know on Monday to mark the Group B students as being present. Now, in-person students are a different situation. Those students are going to be in every day of the year. These are students who are listed as early language learners or in a special education program. And that means some days when you do the lesson for the Group A students, you might come in the next day and do that exact same lesson for the Group B students. However, based on the needs that either I see or your case manager sees, we might actually on that next day give you alternative work. So just be patient, do your very best to keep up with what we're doing. Expectations. Now, not a whole lot has changed. You're a 7th grader. The expectations that I had 3 years ago, 20 years ago for my 7th graders are the same for you here, but there are a few changes. Proper protective equipment, face mask, will be worn at all times. This is non-negotiable. That is for your safety and for staff safety as well. 3 feet of distance must be maintained between students at all times, particularly in your core teachers' classrooms. If you would please adhere to that, that's going to make my job easier. It's going to make your life a heck of a lot easier. Bathrooms will generally not be available during passing, so you will have to make that request during class, but it is up to the teacher. If we see a student is making a lot of requests, at some point we're going to deny that and we're going to have to come up with a bathroom schedule for individual students. I don't want to do that. I'm sure you don't want that to happen, so please be respectful and be mindful about when you do ask to go to the bathroom. There will not be lockers this year. That means you will be having everything in your backpack, taking it with you from class to class. Please, again, be mindful about what you put in your backpack. If it becomes a distraction, then we'll have to make a plan in order to deal with that distraction. Now, the lunchroom is actually 3 separate rooms, and seating will again be 3 feet apart. This is going to be a bit of a challenge, so please go in, get your food, eat it, and quickly go outside so that you can talk to your friends, so you can do some activities. We do have high-risk students. We have high-risk staff at Pine, and there are students and staff who are just simply stressed out. So poor decisions are going to have serious consequences. We are asking you as a young adult to make smart decisions and think of other people before you act. On and off campus. Now, if you are at Pine during the day that you're scheduled to be there, each grade level has their own entrance. When you arrive at Pine, you're going to be told what entrance that will be. Students need to depart from school at 2 p.m. using the closest stairwell. You cannot hang around at school after 2 p.m. If you are feeling sick, you will be sent to the nurse's office and they will make an assessment whether or not you should return to class or if a parent should pick you up. When it is not your day to attend, if you are a hybrid student or if we have any distance learning students, you are required to not be at school grounds whatsoever, even to wait around for friends who are in school. We're also to remind you that you are not to be at Smith Ridge or at the church across the street before or after school hanging out or waiting. Now, doing your work is going to be online, and that means you will need to be able to access Microsoft Teams. This is very similar to what you saw in the spring. If you have a password issue, you need to complete your work. Remember, part of this is by attendance. Reach out to your teacher via email early on. The librarian can reset passwords, but of course, with the restrictions on how many kids we can have into a library, it may take a little bit of time before she can get it done. The first day packet I normally give out will still be given out on paper, but I am asking all students and parents to complete it online. In fact, it's your first assignment. It's how I'm not only going to give you an academic grade, it's how I'm going to mark your attendance. Please go into Teams starting Monday morning or Tuesday morning for the Group A students to complete this. Unlike the spring where we had fourth quarter last year, not completing your work or not completing it correctly will have a negative impact on your grade, and it may require additional changes to the plan you're on. We want to make this a positive experience, but the expectations that you are going to complete your work thoroughly and give it your best effort, that has not changed. Keep on Infinite Campus regularly. If you're having a hard time accessing your grades, let me know. I am the teacher at Pine who can reset all student and parent passwords. I can do that quickly for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me on the email address on your screen, or just talk to me when you see me at school. Just like all your other teachers, I'm very excited to get to know you, and anything I can do to make this transition to 7th grade better for you, I'm very happy to give it my best shot. We'll see you starting Monday or Tuesday. Take care.